Can you imagine going about your day, minding your own business, when a stranger suddenly appears, wildly swinging blades? Hopefully, you could escape unscathed, but that isn't always the case, with these strange attacks happening at an alarming rate all over the world. Today, we bring you terrible tales of blade-wielding weirdos who catch the public by surprise. There was a major disruption the morning of June 7, 2021, at a rally for City Council member Joe Buscaino in Venice Beach, California. LAPD officers tackled a homeless woman with a long-handled blade and took her into custody. Cell phone video shows a woman with a 6-inch blade being subdued by LAPD officers. As the officers were taking her into custody, the woman said she had a weapon on her for protection, but did not admit to making menacing comments at the rally. Witnesses said that the woman made at least one loud negative comment while holding the blade. The woman is in custody and no one was hurt.
The video shows the homeless woman detained by the LAPD.
City Council member Joe Buscaino was discussing issues with homelessness on the public beaches when the incident occurred. Several members of the public, including the homeless population, had gathered around to hear his speech, some holding signs against camping on the beach. As Buscaino said, "Our city has evolved into a place where chaos is common." Buscaino is campaigning to be the next mayor of LA on a platform of addressing the local homelessness problem and the lawlessness that accompanies it. A woman was stabbed by a stranger while she was standing on a subway platform in Manhattan, but fortunately, a good Samaritan, Sean Convoy, jumped into action to save her life. "I immediately ran to that spot, then I just jumped on his back and I tackled him. Then I was on top of him." Kelly Daly, 54, was stabbed by a man later identified as 22-year-old Joshua Nazario at the Union Square station on Wednesday night, May 19, 2021. Police say that Nazario slashed Daly across her left shoulder, collarbone, and upper chest while she was waiting on the southbound platform for the 10 p.m. train. 52-year-old Sean Convoy came to Daly's rescue.
The happened just after 10 p.m. at the Union Square substation, one of the busiest hubs for commuters and tourists in New York City.
Convoy, a freelance cameraman for the Canadian Broadcasting Company, or CBC, was finishing a 12-hour shift in Times Square when he saw the horrific incident. Instantly, Convoy decided to jump in and thwart the efforts of Nazario. He tackled Nazario to the ground and restrained him until police arrived. Daly arrived at the platform and sat down. She put her glasses on to thumb through her cell phone as she waited. That's when she felt someone behind her. She first thought it was someone she knew hugging her, but she felt a searing pain through her shoulder and knew what was happening. I screamed loud. I kept screaming. My first thought was, this can't be happening. Convoy noticed Nazario because he wore winter clothes despite the steamy temperatures. He made eye contact as he walked by. Only seconds later, he heard Daly screaming and saw the flash of the blade slicing down behind a platform column. He ran toward the scene and jumped on Nazario's back. Bystanders kicked the blade from Nazario's hand as Convoy held him on the ground. Daly received stitches for several deep cuts and is expected to make full recovery. His aunt, Lourdes Nazario, told the police he was living with her, but started acting strange. She found out from family members that he was schizophrenic and was out of his medications. She said he is usually very peaceful. Nazario's arraignment in Manhattan Criminal Court is pending as of June 2021. Cops said this was Nazario's first New York City arrest. Unbelievable new cell phone footage shows a group of teens brandishing massive foot-long blades moments before a teen was impaled in Hyde Park. The terrifying group ran through the crowd, swinging their massive blades and chasing random people. Horrified onlookers watched as the gang began kicking and punching the young man in the popular central London sunbathing spot on June 1st, 2021. The young man was taken to a hospital for treatment of several injuries. Police are still searching for the identity of the teens. This event occurred just days after a well-loved flower seller, Tony Eastlake, died from stab injuries in North London. A blade battle broke out in the subway system of Harlem, New York at 6 a.m. on May 31st, 2021, and the security cameras caught it all. Unfortunately, no one caught the culprit. In what looks like a heated discussion, the two men came face to face in the video. The culprit suddenly brandishes two small blades and advances on a 51-year-old man. Within seconds, the man pulls out two blades of his own, and the two men begin to scuffle. The glint from the blades can be seen with each swing. The culprit slams the 51-year-old into a wall and takes him to the ground. That's when the culprit sliced the 50-year-old multiple times in the back.
One of the men gets taken to the ground and stabbed multiple times in the back.
The culprit jumped up and ran away, leaving the man fighting for his life. He was taken to an area hospital where he's still recovering in stable condition. Police are still searching for the culprit. Anyone with any information is asked to call the NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-577-TIPS or 1-800-577-8477. A horrifying knife-related crime in eastern China in the first week of June 2021 took the life of at least 6 people and left 14 injured, according to local police. Authorities received a report that a man had gone after pedestrians on the street with a blade, according to a statement by district police. The assailant was arrested, and the injured were taken to the hospital for treatment. The motive behind the incursion was not immediately clear, and the case is under investigation. The assailant, who targeted a shopping street with many pedestrians, is an unemployed 25-year-old man who authorities say was venting anger over things not going well in the family and pessimism. Of the 14 people injured, 1 remained in severe condition and the rest were in stable condition. Chinese law restricts the sale and possession of firearms, and mass attacks are generally carried out with blades or homemade explosive devices. A similar incident occurred in 2014 when a group of 6 men and 2 women wielding blades boarded a train. The situation ended with 33 lost and more than 130 people injured. 4 of the attackers were taken down by police, and only 1 was captured alive after the mayhem which broke out in the Kunming railway station in the capital of southwest China's Yunnan province. Witnesses say several men dressed in black rushed on the train and began indiscriminately thrusting their blades into people. Police initially tried to subdue the attackers with tear gas shells, but were unable to do so, before using their firearms against 4 suspects and arresting 1. An injured pregnant female culprit was detained at the scene and sent to a hospital. The 3 remaining men were apprehended within 2 months. All received life sentences. Experts believe the rise in these types of attacks is due to stricter laws and firearms sales all over the world. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Please like this video with a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for fresh news content every day.